Hey ladies and gents, it's Zem from Strike Gaming, and we are doing a video on respawn, specifically on ground targets and air defense fighters. And this is just, and once again, another video about game basics, game mechanics, and how they work. Before we get into the video, I want to say sorry to the guys that I haven't, people have been messaging me that they see me in game, that I say hi, and I didn't reply. And I just wanted this real quick here. If you see me on before about 9 p.m. Eastern time, it's most likely one of my kids playing the account. So, and I turn the chat off if they're playing, so they're not going to reply to you. I got a couple messages from people, so this is just telling you guys that if I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you. But like I said, I turn the chat off if my two kids are playing. So forgive me that, leave me a message after the game or whatever, and I'll get it and I'll say hi to you, and we can talk or whatever. But yeah, that's the reason why. So back to the video. This video, I decided to do this video is because once again, this is basic mechanics in the game that people have not quite understood. And what we did is I got two of my clanmates, Beaver and Kaz, to run this here with me. And what we did was we went and destroyed at the mining objective, we went and destroyed a ground target completely, and we also damaged a ground target, leaving half the buildings. Now me and Beaver were playing the blue team, of course, the good guys, and Kaz was playing the red guys. Now what happened is when you destroy a ground target and you don't return the objective, 1 minute and 30 seconds later, that building you destroyed will respawn. Or I should say, the multiple buildings that you destroyed will respawn, which means it'll, grow right up out of the ground, and it's a brand new building. It doesn't take away the objective points that you earned by destroying that building, but it does respawn. Now, if you don't completely destroy the buildings, say like you come in and there's 5 buildings in that ground target, and you only take out 3 of them, and you leave the other 2 standing, that ground target will not respawn. But which is interesting is you might have did all the work. You say you flew in on a ground target, blew up 4 of the 5 buildings, and left or died. An enemy pilot can come in and destroy that one building that's left in that ground target, and he gets the objective points. So remember that. So say you're fighting over an objective and you're following behind another enemy GA, and he's blowing things up, and he leaves a ground, one of the buildings left in the ground targets. Fly over and shoot it. You get the objective points. He does all the work. You get the objective points. And you'll see in the video what I'm talking about with Kaz and Beaver. Beaver's, of course, blowing up parts of the ground targets, and Kaz is coming in and stealing the objective points by doing so. So we also did in this video, we also did the air defense part of it, where we went and in the command center, me and Beaver went over there, and we blew up or killed the 3 fighters that fly around the top of the command center, the air defense fighters. Once destroying them, we moved out, or I moved out, and we watched, and of course we timed, and it was 50 seconds from the last plane was destroyed until they respawned, and then of course all 3 respawned back into the objective. Of course, we didn't lose any objective points. It just the neutral zones just respawns the planes. So this also works for the red team. So if it was white, it turns red. You come in, destroy 3 fighters, you get shot down, and you come back. There's a good chance, and if it's within 50 seconds, those fighters are going to respawn over the red objective. It works both ways. And the other thing is, when we were doing this video, we actually took the command center after we shot down another fighter, and it turned blue. Now, in that period between immediately when it turns blue and it gets locked is 30 seconds. So in that time, there is no fighters and there is no buildings to shoot. So if you're over that objective, there's nothing to actually take it. If you're if you're a red player, if you're a enemy player, you cannot take that objective until that objective is locked. So you have a 30 seconds there that there's not going to be anything to shoot at. So that literally, I mean, you're going to be gaining superiority points, but you're not going to have anything to be able to take that objective back until the 30 seconds is up or until it's done locked. So hopefully this kind of clears up some of the game mechanics for some of the new players, if they didn't understand how this all works. And that's kind of the point of why we're doing these videos, is that we're trying to explain the actual game mechanics of this. So it's going to help you play better, hopefully win more, that kind of thing. So I'm going to bring up the video of the actual testing that we did. This way, this is going to save some people that don't like to watch long videos. But if you want to stick around, watch the rest of the video, you can watch the actual gameplay testing of it, of us destroying targets, waiting the minute 30 seconds for the thing to respawn, and the same way with the air defense fighters. So you guys have a good night, and we're bringing up the gameplay right now. Hey guys, I'm back with the in-game subject of our video, obviously, which is of course the respawns of objectives. Not only just ground targets, but air defense fighters. Today I got with me, I got Beaver and Kaz. They're going to be helping me make this video. So we're going to be running over here to the mining plant, and what I'm showing here is, I talked about it in the garage, obviously, is that once these objects are destroyed, they do respawn. And I'm not talking about just buildings, but I'm also talking about defense fighters. Now what's interesting is, and this is for the GA players, if you don't completely destroy that objective, and I talked about this in the garage, of course, if you don't completely destroy all those targets in that objective, you will not receive the complete objective points, right? So if you don't completely receive the objective points, what happens is, and you'll watch Kaz here, Angry is going to go through here and beat up a couple AA targets, leaving just one building or two buildings left. And what Kaz is going to do is he's going to come in and he's going to steal them points from us because they weren't completely destroyed.
User left your channel.
So I just dropped on the, and I just destroyed that. So like when we talked about earlier, with in the garage, what you're going to see here is in exactly 1 minute 30 seconds, that building right there,
there's a couple of low health
will respawn.
AA guns for you.
So now Angry's telling Kaz right now that he has dropped a couple of these low health AA mounts down to almost nothing. Now in game, surprisingly, if he gets say he gets destroyed and doesn't finish that target off, he is going to come in here, and Kaz is actually going to get all the objective points for it because he's going to finish off the target. So Angry Beaver did most of the work, but Kaz is going to get the objective points because of course he's the red player. And he's shooting at me. This is the problem with having this kind of stuff, right? So we're still waiting for that building to respawn, and hopefully Kaz is going to actually finish off that target right there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So he's got just the one little building there to finish off over here at this other objective, and you'll see as soon as he finishes it, hopefully, maybe. Apparently he's not. But yeah, so the whole point of this, like I said, the video is to show you the respawn on all this, on the ground targets and on the air defense fighters. I think Kaz is trying to get into a attack run here. And so now you've seen the building that I initially destroyed right here when I first came has respawned completely. That is a complete respawn at 1 minute 30 seconds. Now Kaz is going to make a run here on the last little bit of that AA mount. Alright, I've gone over most of the things, guys. If you want to destroy that mount, you can, Kaz.
Roger.
And you'll see here what happens when he does finish it off. Now, so it's still, he still hasn't got it complete. Oh, see there, he did that. So that AA right there was only partially damaged by Beaver. Now that Kaz came in, he's finished off that mount and he's got the objective points. Yeah, that's something to remember if you're a GA pilot, to make sure you completely destroy a target. Otherwise, it's easy pickings for the enemy GAs. Alright, let's head to the center, Angry. We'll take out them fighters, and then we'll do that little part too. So, me and Angry are going to move over here. We're going to actually do this part about defense fighters, how long it takes them for them to respawn. You obviously know there's going to be 3 aircraft for the command center from our other videos that we do, and you're going to see us here. I'm going to be kind of a bait here, and Beaver's going to come in behind him, shoot the 3 down, and then 50 seconds from the last plane he shoots down, they're going to respawn. This is, once again, just like the plant. If you don't shoot all 3 down, and you leave, say, 1 or 2, they won't respawn.
One down. Two down. 3 down.
So we have all 3 planes down. So now 50 seconds from now, those 3 defense fighters will respawn. As long as we don't have this cap completely, we leave it just like this, the defense fighters will respawn again. And of course AA's just loving my ass. So we're just going to sit here and I'm going to loiter a little bit, and you will see shortly that the defense fighters will of course respawn, which is part of the game. People don't actually understand this most of the time, is that you know, these things do respawn. So if you need a target, or if you need to wait for the respawn to finish the objective cap, you can. It just takes a little bit of time. Yep, so now you see that now they've respawned. It's been exactly 50 seconds since we shot down all 3, and now all 3 are back up again. So, now here's what's interesting. Now we just finished that all off, right? So right now there is a lull. There's a kind of a neutral point right now, which takes about, and you'll see up here where it says locked. Once it's locked, you will see everything turn blue and respawn. A lot of people don't understand that. Once 3, 2, 1, and once it's locked, now everything on this base will turn blue, and we will get, see, well, it's up right there. You just see how it would happen. Now the fighters respawn, and of course the buildings respawn. And a lot of people don't get that. You know, they'll loiter over base once it turns, especially if you're saying you're attacking this, if you're the red guy attacking this, and you're looking for targets. Well, there's no targets until that base is locked, which is, I believe, 30 seconds, right, guys? Or 25? 30.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. So you have to wait literally 30 seconds before you can able to do anything to that objective until the fighters respawn and the buildings respawn. So, all something to remember. This is all game mechanics. Hopefully this is going to help you guys out. I'd like to thank Beaver and Kaz for giving the time for me to do this video. And I will be putting up this video, of course, tonight.